All right, my friends. CG, what's up, brother? Brock Lesnar wins. All right, man. So, it was man, it's hot out there. It's like stepping outside into a sauna. Man, I'm really excited for tonight, y'all. UFC 276 is going to be really, really big. CG, Brock Lesnar was pretty good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I've been thinking the last couple of times I put on this shirt, it just doesn't represent what I want to anymore. It's like, can I have a Metallica shirt that says First Four or something like that? I don't know, but here's what I've been realizing lately. I do love those albums. I mean, just awesome, awesome music. I need some Megadeth t-shirts. Straight up. Need some Megadeth t-shirts. But anyway, man, Metallica's First Four, though. Even the Black Album. I mean, is that the C1? Yes, sir. So it does look a little smaller today. There has been some differences here, y'all. Please mind the porous cable management. All the electric is to one side. So anyhow, before the display, the 65 was sitting on a coffee table, which is right over there. Now we finally put it up on the wall proper. You see, I have some cords running down, which you never see. The C1 over there in the living room has no cords running down. I took the trouble to go through the walls, but this is just temporary. Yeah, just temporary. We know we're going to build a theater here. We're going to build a proper theater, not a living room home theater. So I know people are probably wondering, if they follow the channel, they're probably wondering, like, when is this theater coming? Well, we just bought a home and we're, we're not rich folk, or, money's not growing out of our ears. So anyway, sir, the 65, it is the 65. You are correct. By the way, the new update is, what is it? 3.11.33 or 3.3311, whatever it is. I'm going to do my best to get a good old copy of Calman here very shortly, and starts going. Thank you, CG. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. gonna get that new or gonna re up my license for Calman and start going through some software updates because nobody's doing them anymore. Might as well, right? Let's see. CD says, "Where's the CX? I just got the new firmware. Saw some people saying the picture looks even better. Haven't tested myself. I have not tested it, my friend. I haven't even downloaded it. Thank you again on the new home. The C10 ends in 04 or 40, something like that. Most likely, probably. Man, we're gonna get all swept up in this C1 talk, but I just saw today you can get a 65 C1, I think, for 14.99, or yeah, I think it's 14.99, 15.99 at Best Buy. I mean, come on, y'all. Like the G1 is on a silly price, but I would personally not buy the G1. That's just me. Um, but next year you can guarantee that G2, man. Whew, the G2 is going to be a good price if they're available. So we really do. We talk a lot of AV around here, y'all. That's what we do. We love it. We love it. But we're going to share our screen real quick. And I'll flip back and forth between these two screens so I can see kind of what's going on. But guys, we talk an awful lot of AV. And, I love it. The UFC has been putting on some pretty good fight cards. I'd say this year's been better than years previous. And I mean like 6 years. So good on them. However, none of the caliber that I don't think this are. This has so many implications for the 185-pound weight class. It is super crazy. You know what? Maybe we don't need to share that just yet. Yeah, so oh man, but the whole card, even in the prelims, man, there is just let's see. Oh, let's see. I paid 1350 plus 300 gigs on 5-year insurance almost 2 years ago. Wish I'd have waited for the C1 and skipped the insurance. Isn't necessary. I do agree. I'm just not buying. Well, I don't know. It depends. If I'm at Best Buy, I'm buying that. But I'm not buying that from Amazon. I'm not buying extended warranties from Amazon. Maybe Costco or Best Buy. Those are the only ones I'm doing. So not a waste of money, my friend. And that's the 55 C10. Yeah, that's a good price, 1350. Yeah, we paid 34, 35 for the 77 C10. Mind you, though, it was almost at the end of its cycle. The C1 was coming out in just 4 months, 5 months, something like that. Let's see here. CG, I was a burn and worry. Wart Geek Squad covers it. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, we have a great friend of the community here who had 4 dead pixels in his panel in his C10, 55 C10. That's E-Rock Hawkins. So he dealt with that, man. And I believe now he has the C2 and he absolutely loves his C2. It's not a good price considering if I'd have waited, I've gotten a 55 inch C1 for 1100. Blah, blah, blah. Man, that's the way it is in audio video, man. That's the way it is. Again, I paid 34, I think, for our 77 C10 on sale in October of the year it came out. You can now buy a 77 C1 for $29.99. So that's just what it is, and it's okay. That's the price you pay for having, whatever the technology, you want, or to keep up with the Joneses, man. That's the price you pay. Hey, we got to get to UFC. We don't have to get to UFC, man. We can keep talking TVs. That's fine. Just the title of the stream is UFC 276, but I don't care. Whatever. This is a community thing, right? So let's talk TVs, bro. That's cool. Let me see here. I am really excited to test out the new firmware. As a matter of fact, man, oh gosh, see, I could download it now. Why not? 3.33.11. Yeah. All right. Let's download and install. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll get that new version of Calman in the next week or so. I've been saying that. 276 though, man. I would not purchase a UFC pay-per-view for $75. If I was going to do that, this would be the one, y'all. This card is stacked, and I think some people are getting a lot of stuff wrong. So let's just go ahead and talk about that. I do want to speak on it. Yeah, bro, people are getting it wrong, in my estimation. Per usual, I could be wrong. Let's go ahead and let's look at 276. You know what? We'll take a look here. Uriah Hall against, let's go down, okay? Jessica Rose Clark is one tough, tough woman. I have no idea who Julia is. So I don't know about that. She is the underdog as well. Jessica Macy Barber. You know, I almost feel like, and Macy is I guess, the betting favorite here. Maybe too soon for Macy Barber. I don't know. Jessica is a veteran of this game, dude. She's gonna. Oh, that's a tough test, I think, for Macy Barber. That's probably her biggest competition yet, right? Does anybody know? Uh, let's see. Does O'Malley win tonight? Yeah. We're gonna get there. Yeah, I think O'Malley wins tonight. Long of the short. Short of the long of that. Yeah, I think O'Malley wins. I'm not sure he gets the knockout, but I mean, he's just so tall for that division. Yeah, I think it's a good fight. His toughest competition yet, but I think O'Malley comes away with that win tonight. I think Macy Barber. Just thinking about this, I'm going to give it to Jessica Macy Barber is. Let's see here. Let's see how old she is. Oh, does it not say? It doesn't say how old she is, but man, she is so young. Um, and again, Jessica has, you know, she's got that experience going for her. So, oh man, that's crazy though. I wonder why they don't say the age, bro. Average fighting time, significant strikes. Uh, actually, give you some good stats here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, but Jessica's been around for a long time, so I know why Macy is the betting favorite here. This is definitely her toughest competition, I think. And Uriah Hall, I expect that guy to win a lot. I don't know Andre Muniz. I do know he's a large individual. I do know. So hey, our buddy Lou's in here. Stopping in to say, hey, Joe, before I hit the road, have a great evening, you guys. Thank you so much, Lou. I appreciate you, brother. Any exciting news for us before you go, man? I know you've had some new toys in your setup lately. Okay, prelims. It starts to get a little interesting, man. A lot of people are making a big deal about this. Dracius Duplessis, Dracius Duplessis, and he is another big man. Long, really long for that 185 division. Saw the weigh-ins. He looks, yeah, even deprived of water, right, and weighing in, he looked massive. So he's going to be so. Brad Tavares, I believe, is going to be really undersized in this fight, and don't really say that often. Donald Cerrone, Jim Miller. Make sure we don't have no exciting news. All right, brother. Let's see here. Jim Miller, Donald Cerrone. That's a tough one, man. Donald's already bested him once. Oh man. I'm honestly inclined to give this one to Jim Miller. He's been more active. He's been on a win streak. I don't make predictions here, but I'm feeling Jim Miller right now on that. I know that's dumb. I know. Ian Gary, I don't know enough about it. We're going past that. Brad Riddell and Jalen Turner. I can't speak to that one either. Now this is where we have some real fun, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I should probably just say gentlemen, but I'm not gonna, because we need more female viewers. We need more females in the community, right? Yeah, that's what we need. Wow, I just called one. Oh, man, I got an interesting story. I don't know if you can see the difference there. Interesting story. It almost gave me a heart attack the other day. Anyhow, we have starting off the main card. We have Pedro Munoz and Sean O'Malley. Sean is a huge, huge favorite in this fight. That's really big. Okay. I think Pedro Munoz deserves a little more respect than that. And they're not going to give it to him. That's fine. I got Sean O'Malley, though. All right, now this is where it gets interesting, y'all. Brian Barberina, Robbie Lawler. What do you think? Wow, it's a pick 'em. -110 for both. For me, this one's kind of easy. Look, I'm a huge fan of Robbie Lawler. I've been watching him fight for 20 years. One of my favorite fights with Robbie Lawler was with him and, what was his name? Sean Smith, maybe? Guy was knocking people out for a while, left and right, and strike force. He actually took Robbie's belt from him. But that fight was so good, man. I love Robbie. Sorry, guys. I got to keep checking back to see here if there are any new things, whatever. It's Brian Barberina all day long, honestly. Robbie's been in a lot of wars. He's been through a lot. He still looks amazing. I guarantee you he can still just take out 90% of the average public walking around here in the world. But this isn't the average people he's fighting against. And Brian Barberina, I think, is just now starting to hit his stride. Will he ever be a champion? I don't know about that. But I think this is just a great fight. I think both these guys are going to stand up and bang. It's going to be great. Robbie, of course, will use his head movement for defense, and he might start to use some elbows and try to cover up if he gets hurt. But I expect Barberina to take this. Now, this one here, let me look here, make sure there's no, okay. This one here, I think Alex Pereira should win this fight, y'all. I think he should. But he's got one devastating weapon. It's his left hand, his left hook. He's a monster. He's 6'4" with a really, really long reach, 80-inch reach, something like that. I think Sean Strickland's going to come in here and wrestle. Call me crazy. I'm not all about the Alex Pereira hype. He is a large man for that division, but Strickland was a really good matchup to see where he's at in his striking with MMA. This is difficult, y'all. I don't know. Sean Strickland, I think, man. I think Sean Strickland's going to come in here and surprise some people. I don't think Sean Strickland's going to. I think he's going to surprise people. I think we're going to see a ground game from that guy we haven't seen before. So, and he's going to be apologizing for it after the win. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I had to do it, man. Blah, 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 blah. Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski. This is also an interesting one. This is one that we really. This has got big implications, not only for 145, but at 155. If Volk wins this one, he's moving to that 155 class for that title fight. So this is very interesting. I don't recall ever seeing Max Holloway this jacked up for a fight, though. At least not in the last 4 or 5 years. This guy is ready to go. I'm doing a lot of heart picking. I don't pick fights. I don't call them. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is just the way I see it. And again, for me, it's all about. Excuse me. It's all about these press conferences, man. They tell an awful lot, and we're going to get there in just a minute. But they also told me a lot about Holloway, man. Let me see if there's any more questions. No, okay, good. No more questions. They told me a lot about Holloway, man. And listen, we know Alexander Volkanovski is a lot better than I ever gave him credit for, man. I'm not so sure he won the last fight with Max. The first fight, sure enough, I guess he won. Second fight was real close. That's why we're here third time. But I mean, Max is mad. He's even mad in a still very nice guy way. He's like, "Oh, it's all love, brother, but I'm still gonna blast you." It's kind of funny. I just don't call him. I'm gonna give the edge to Max until somebody knocks his lights out, which I do believe. Maybe his chin might be fading a little bit. We're gonna find out this fight because it's gonna be tested. Do we have any questions thus far? I think my son is probably using power tools right now. I don't know. All right, look, we're getting to the main one. -475, almost 5-1 favorite. Israel Adesanya, who just got his jacket for passing 52. Don't believe it? Sure, he probably passed him 50 BS tests that USADA gave him, but who cares about that? So you got Jared Cannonier, Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, and Sean Strickland all at the press conference. I have never seen Izzy feel the pressure so much. He starts going off and talking trash to everybody. Because sure enough, he fell victim to Sean Strickland. Sean got him. But yeah, no, guys, look. Izzy's under a lot of pressure, and he puts a lot of the pressure on himself, but we know he's human. Jan Blachowicz beat him. First time in MMA. When Izzy first came to the UFC, I watched his first 4 fights, and I said to my friends, this guy's going to be a champion. If he can figure out how to stay off the ground, which, hey, he may be able to, he'll be a champion. Nobody can stand up with him in MMA, in my mind, or in that weight class in the UFC. At the time, I'm like, he's just light years above everybody. And here we are. However, there's a lot of outside things going on, and a champion has to deal with a lot of stuff. But we saw signs yesterday at the fight, the pre-fight press conference, where I believe Israel's showing some cracks here. Israel is showing some cracking. And Jared Cannonier is just improved. His entire UFC journey has been an improvement. And you can push back on that a little bit because he's now in his 3rd weight class, but he seems to have settled. He made changes in his life. I don't think he's ever been this size he is now. He's a big man before, obviously a heavyweight. So he's improved a whole lot. He kicked Anderson Silva in his leg like 2-3 times, and that was it for Anderson's leg. That'll tell you something. You heard it here, man. Jared Cannonier's taking this fight. TKO. TKO. I think whenever they're at range, Jared's going to be throwing them leg kicks. But I think more importantly, he's going to try to push him backwards to the cage. He's going to try to keep Izzy on his back feet. And once Izzy gets that cage, instead of letting Izzy roll out to one side or the other here, like everybody else let him do, I believe Jared Cannonier is going to cut him off and keep him up against that cage. Maybe push on him, for a while, let him lean on his weight. But I think we're going to see a whole lot of cage fighting up against the cage clinching. And probably around into the second, or even into the third round, I believe we're going to see Izzy take a big shot from a clinch break or up against the fence. He's going to take a big shot, and Cannonier's going to finish him with shots on the ground because the dude's ground and pound's really good. You heard it here first. Maybe not first, but I'm telling you, Jared Cannonier is going to win this fight TKO. Into the second or in the third round. Now, per usual, I could be wrong, but that's what it is. What do you need, honey? Yep. So, anyhow, that's what it is, man. That's not going to be a popular take. I know a lot of people are going to disagree because Izzy looks so good. Yeah, you're right. He does. But Cannonier looks really good too. And people are just, they're just, they're discounting Cannonier. Massively discounting Cannonier. So I am not a betting man, guys. And I actually think that I probably have this Volkanovski and Holloway fight wrong. But the second fight was so close in what Holloway's done his last two fights. He's on one, man. I also probably have this Sean Strickland fight wrong. Alex Pereira is a ginormous individual for that weight class. But he doesn't carry a whole lot of muscle mass. He does have muscle, but he doesn't carry a whole lot of mass. So cutting down to 185 for him, I don't think is very difficult for this weight class because he's not going to come to the ring with a whole bunch more weight. But just the caliber of striker he is, his background, if he can keep Sean Strickland off of him, he should win this fight easily. However, I think Sean Strickland's going to go in here and surprise a lot of people. I think Sean's going to try to clinch him up, put him up against the cage, and then put him on the ground and, pound him out, whatever. But I'm probably wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about Max and Alex or Sean Strickland. But that's just how I feel. Brian Barberina, I have no doubt in my mind. I just think he's winning this fight in devastating fashion too. Come the second of the third, end of the second, excuse me, in beginning of the third round, I think this fight's over. I think Robbie's going to gas a little bit, and I think Barberina's just going to blast his head off. Sean O'Malley should be able to establish his jab and push kick enough to keep Pedro Munoz at bay. So Sean should win that. But listen, the Sean Strickland call and the Max Holloway call are the only ones that really make me nervous. Jared Cannonier, he's got this all day long. Pretty sure. Let's see if there's any questions over here. No more questions. You heard it here first, man. Jared Cannonier. All right. Again, sorry. You might not have heard it here first, but not a lot of people picking Jared Cannonier. Oh, is he this? Is he that? Izzy is too high on himself right now, I think. I believe that pressure is getting to him. And Jared Cannonier, he's got the proper focus and mindset to take advantage of that. Now they're going to have an immediate rematch if Jared Cannonier wins. Does he win that fight? I don't know because Israel Adesanya is really good at downloading and interpreting information. Lord have mercy, what are you doing?
I can't find my phone.
Holy cow.
I don't want that with your face.
Jeez Louise. If you can't find it, what makes you think you're going to be able to find it like this? You're not anywhere near it if you can't find it.
What did I text you last? Maybe it will remind me. Please help.
I'm calling the phone now. I don't know what you want me to do.
Can you tell me what I texted you?
There is like potentially thousands of people watching this live stream. I'll never know. And you're just in here.
Where's
Like,
my phone?
I'm calling you.
It's probably on silent. I need you to look at what I texted you last, so maybe it will jog my memory.
That makes absolutely no sense. Do you see what I deal with here?
What was the last thing?
This is the most embarrassing thing. Bendy backpack posters. This is the most embarrassing shit that I've ever seen on a fucking live stream.
On the front porch last.
It's okay. It's okay. We're rounding up anyway. We're here at the end. It's Jared Cannonier, y'all. Tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me that. A lot of people are going to say that. Don't tell me that. Okay. Let's go back over here. Did you find it? No. Well, sorry for you. Sorry for you. It's out in the garage, I'm sure. That's where you were last. Okay, whatever. All right, look. Obviously, we're starting to come off the rails now because somebody can't find their phone. I've never known a grown individual to lose their phone so much. It's almost like, you know what? Never mind. Those not predictions. I don't like predictions. That's what I see for UFC 276. Listen, guys, it's been great. It's been fun. I'm going to go grill some burgers. I'm not going to rent this UFC because they're too ducking expensive and their fighters are vastly underpaid and treated like poo, i.e. Nate Diaz. Just let the man out of his contract. Why does he even have to do one more fight? How much money has he made your company? I digress. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out and listening and having a good time with us this Saturday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're at in the world. Look at here. If you have any questions or comments, good, bad, or different, you can go ahead and put them right down there below. If you happen to be watching this later. So, all right, that's it. I think we can put, hey, 35 minutes, not too bad for this one. Not too bad for the stream. Hey, CG, appreciate you, brother. Always a big part of the community, man. You're the man, homie. Lou, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Really appreciate you, too. All right, guys. We can wrap a medium to large size bow on this one now, yeah? All right, yeah, that's it. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.